Hybrid cars in general, and the Toyota Prius in particular, have become so much a part of the fabric of the automotive scene that it's easy to forget that the original Prius went on sale in Japan less than 20 years ago. And it didn't come to America until 2000. Yet since 1997, Toyota has hawked more than 5 million Prius of various descriptions around the world. As such a mainstream model, it gets regular updates every 6 years, so we're here to give you the lowdown on the 2016 version. Like so many traditional sedans of yesteryear, the new Prius is longer, lower, and wider. The length increases 2.3 inches while the other two change by only 0.6 inch, but the net effect is to give the 16 Prius a sleeker and slightly more athletic stance. While the overall profile retains the wedgy teardrop look that began with the 2004 second-generation Prius, the body panels have a few more creases and bulges to provide more visual interest. LED headlights and taillights are both smaller and more distinctive than the current models, and the hood line dips markedly lower. This closer to the pavement impression is more than cosmetic, because the new model has a 1-inch lower center of gravity, thanks to the new TNGA, Toyota New Global Architecture, platform, which uses more high-strength steel and provides 60% greater torsional rigidity. With this platform, the Prius also gets a multi-link rear suspension, which is heavier than the previous torsion beam but provides more favorable suspension geometry, for better handling. This heavier suspension, along with the relocation of the hybrid battery from the trunk area to below the rear seat, probably accounts for most of the center of gravity reduction. Passenger volume is fractionally smaller than before, but trunk space has grown from 22 to 25 cubic feet, and even more in some versions. Inside, the new Prius retains the traditional central instrument cluster, but the dashboard now sweeps into the doors gracefully and has a very prominent central display with clearly separated HVAC controls. However, the top of the dashboard is still hard plastic with a softish coating. Of course, with a Prius, the emphasis is always on efficiency, achieved with its high-tech powertrain. This new model employs an upgraded version of the outgoing car's Atkinson cycle engine, with the addition of a cooled exhaust gas recirculation system, and faster combustion due to intake ports that increase tumble in the combustion chambers. According to Kentaro Tomo, a Grandmaster, yes, that's really one of his titles, in the hybrid engineering department, the new engine achieves a diesel-like peak thermal efficiency of 40%. Power is down from 98 to 95 horsepower, while the torque peak of 105 lb-ft is maintained, but developed slightly lower at 3,600 revolutions per minute. On the electrical side, the motor has been downsized slightly, cutting its output from 80 to 71 horsepower and its torque from 153 to 120 lb-ft. But it's also physically smaller and lighter, and the engine's output is limited by the power that the battery can deliver, so there's no effective loss of power. In addition, the power control electronics are more efficient thanks to a more effective cooling layout. And the transaxle has received a major redesign, replacing one of its two planetary gearsets with conventional helical gearing to reduce the number of gears in mesh and to reduce frictional losses by 20%. Total system output is rated at 121 horsepower, but that's using a new method of measurement that's not consistent with the previous model's rating of 134 horsepower. Tomo said that power is probably down slightly but that performance is expected to remain the same due to the improved low-end torque. Top speed is again governed at 112 miles per hour. Of course, the big number here is fuel economy, and while the official figures are not yet out, Toyota is projecting that the ratings will come in at 54 miles per gallon city and 50 on the highway, increases of 3 miles per gallon, city, and 2 miles per gallon, highway, over the current car. With weight essentially unchanged and only a small aerodynamic improvement, The drag coefficient drops from 0.25 to 0.24. This is a useful improvement. But wait, there's more. Toyota is also introducing a Prius Eco model that is expected to achieve substantially better mileage. Try 58 miles per gallon city and 53 highway. To achieve these results, the Eco model, more properly called the Prius 2 Eco, starts with the base Prius 2 model and cuts 65 pounds via various measures. A lithium-ion battery instead of the nickel metal hydride battery shaves 35 pounds. The rest comes from eliminating the rear wiper and from replacing the space-saver spare tire and its attendant jack with a tire repair and inflator kit. The Eco model also gets special infrared blocking windshield glass to reduce the air conditioning load. And it uses special Dunlop and Save 01 AS 195/65-15 tires that have even less rolling resistance than the standard tires and are inflated to 39/36 psi front rear rather than 36/35 psi. One happy side effect of these changes is a 3-inch lower load floor in the luggage area to add to the missing tire and jack. That boosts the luggage space by 3 cubic feet. And with the rear seat folded, capacity increases from 63 to 66 cubic feet. The base Prius 2 starts at the same price as the outgoing model, $25,035. Stepping up to the Eco costs $500. Then there are 4 other models including the Prius 3 and 4, both with and without the 2-ring option. These range all the way up to $30,835. The non-Eco Prius 2 is the only model that uses a nickel metal hydride battery. Like the Eco, the Prius 4 also has a repair kit instead of a spare. As you might expect, with each step you get more comfort and convenience features, more elaborate infotainment systems, as well as soft-tech synthetic leather upholstery, safety features, and 17-inch wheels and tires. Then there is the Premium Convenience Package and the Advanced Technology Package. The first of these, offered only on the 4 models, adds an upgraded infotainment system with a 7.0-inch touchscreen, a JBL audio system with 10 speakers, and a parking assist system. The Advanced Technology Package, available on 3 and 4, brings a head-up display, a sunroof, and Toyota Safety Sense P. That last item is standard on 2-ring models and includes lane departure alert and adaptive cruise control that can bring the car to a complete stop in traffic. The package also includes automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection that will bring the Prius to a complete halt when it sees an obstruction or a pedestrian at speeds below 18 miles per hour and will reduce the speed of impact when the system detects these objects at higher speeds. Behind the wheel, the Gen 4 Prius feels very comfortable. The seating position has been lowered to match the lower roofline, but the view out is fine and the steering wheel has a wider range of adjustment, making it easier to find a good driving position. While the interior design is generally pleasing, some of the color schemes are jarring. In some versions, the middle section of the dash is molded in light shades of beige and gray, which we found discordant. And the panel surrounding the shifter is molded in glossy white plastic on all versions, as is the central console on higher trim levels. The dealers can exchange this console for a black one, and we would definitely take advantage of this option. On the road, the car feels very solid and definitely quieter than its predecessor. There's not a hint of the occasional tininess that occasionally came through the structure over larger bumps. Although Toyota made fun to drive a major priority, the Prius still doesn't figure very high on that scale. However, the new control arm rear suspension does improve handling with less understeer and sharper turn-in. You can hustle along very quickly on a winding road with far more confidence than the old Prius could impart. Even the feel of the electric power steering has been improved with stronger self-centering and more pronounced force build-up, particularly in harder corners, although there's still a dead zone on center. Brake feel is still compromised by the need to combine the regenerative electric braking with the hydraulic system, but it's not hard to drive the car smoothly. Performance seems pretty much unchanged, but we won't know for sure until we properly test a production car. It all adds up to a Prius that looks and feels a little more normal than any previous version. But even in this age when fuel economy is steadily improving across the board, this new Prius retains its position as the most fuel-efficient car that doesn't use a plug, and by a considerable margin. Expect the Prius to become more popular than ever.